Right, no one's joined this live yet, but we'll see. Because I'm hoping to have, hang on, you know what, this is so typical. Hello, can you hear me? Yay! Okay, let me just go on to the other one and tell them, you know what, guys, and no matter how prepared I am always, I am always forever making mistakes with these lives. But let's just hope that everyone filters through onto this. Oh, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, I think what happened is I connected my earbuds to the computer, and for some reason, the computer didn't like it and it didn't want to do the earbuds and the microphone at the same time. So, technology, thank you so much for being on my side today. But nature is always on my side. So, that is the main thing. Yes, let's blame the full moon. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's just do that there. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Blessed Imbolc to you. Happy last couple of days of January, a blessed full moon from a couple of days ago. I hope you are feeling energized and ready to go. The full moon always makes me extremely energized. And yeah, I love it so much. So you're probably wondering what this strange device is here. And actually, this is something that I've made for the craft today to make it easier for me to show you. And I hope you've got your string at the ready and your scissors and your book. It's a stick. It's the perfect stick. It kind of looks a little bit like one of those things from War of the Worlds, but also like a giraffe. Like, or the beginning of the hangman, that hangman thing, which I hope it doesn't look like that, because that's like a bit sadistic. But thank you for joining and crossing over, guys. Classic me. What can I say? But thank you so much for joining. I hope you're all well. Who is doing the craft and who kind of might know what you might be doing? Have you got any ideas of what we're making today? Yes, I could. Oh, hi, Darcy. Yes, I could definitely hang a little swing from this. I've also got my other swing here too with Cinderella Thumbelina on it. And she's here to help us today and to just guide us through the craft. She's probably not going to help that much because they never do. They're always just there to pick on me. But we're just going to go with it, and hopefully she'll give us some good tips on the way. But Cinderella Thumbelina is always there for me on her little infinity swing there. But yeah, so today, yes, Anna, you are so right, Bridget. We are going to be making a Bridget doll, a Bridget dolly, and I haven't hung mine up here yet. Let me just hang. I've got so many. I can probably hang them all in a line for you to see. Hang on, that's one of them. One. They've all got different personalities, guys, and hopefully their names will come to you whilst you're making them. That's my second one. It's a Bridget doll with a twist, okay? It's a twist, because I did make a Bridget doll, my Imbolc video a couple of years ago, but this one, she's a fairy. What can I say? She's a little fairy, and she's got little wings. So cute. So I'm so excited to be making these with you. So yeah, these are my mini ones, and I've also got a bigger one here too. Personally, I like mini things, so my one's going to be minier. Like I said in the description, the bigger your book, the bigger the Bridget doll is going to be. And also possibly the more string you might need. If you want to make a massive one of these, I would like double or triple the amount of string you're going to be using. But personally, like I said, it's a mini one and it's cute. So yeah, hopefully I can answer some of your questions along the way today. And also I'm sure that we'll have some time at the end to answer some questions, which will be really fun. But we're going to get on with our Bridget doll in just a moment. But let me just talk to you guys first, because I feel like I'm ignoring you. Oh, you just told me before Christmas. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hi, Alex. Hi, Liberated Lady. Hi, Kay. Hi, Benji. Yay, thank you, Autumn. Thank you for joining, my darling. Oh, thank you so much, Anna. That's really sweet. I make these videos because they bring me calm too. because my life's a bit chaotic sometimes, but I just love embracing those moments of calm, and especially through being creative. So thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Rhonda. The fairies, they love you too. And the Enchanted Woods loves you too. No, I'll try not to say too much during this video too, because I always watch my lives back and I say a million times and I'm like, stop saying So I'm just gonna be just chill. What jewelry are you wearing? Just vintage kind of pieces that I find in antique shops. So yeah, I always wear the same sort of pieces, but I always look for meaningful pieces when I'm out and about. So let us begin. So the book I'm going to use is my Good Spell book, kind of like a normal size, but I'm going to be using, because I want a small fairy, I'm going to be using the shorter edge of it here, all right, this way to make my Bridget dolly. So this way will make a Bridget dolly of like this size, we'll say, quite a small one. And then if I go this way, it will make a Bridget dolly of this size. So I don't know if you can see the difference there, but she's a little bit bigger, maybe. Oh, wait, in comparison to her, you can see her dress is a bit longer. Yeah, so you can see that she's a bit bigger. So it's really up to you how big you want yours to be. But enough on that. We're also going to be using some beautiful Imbolc colours. So Bridget is the goddess of fertility. She's an Irish goddess, which is great because I'm Irish too, and I really appreciate everything that Ireland holds and all its festivals. So I've got some lovely colours for her. So Bridget, of course, she's fertility, love, new life, and I think green is really fitting for that because green really resonates with me on a heart chakra level. Not pink. I love pink, but not for in the home, darlings. Look around. You don't see pink here. So I'm going to be using that for her. I think maybe her dress today, just like this little dolly here. And for her hair, I'm going to be using brown to symbolize the earth and just to symbolize that the earth is just bubbling away. There's a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface and it's so magical. A lot of people see, of course, the earth as this dead thing, but it's full of nutrients and goodness. And yeah, it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I'm going to be starting by moving these in. Bye! Moving them over to the side, and I'm going to be starting with my body. So what we want to do in this step is create something that looks like this. So the first step is to get your string, and we're going to wind around the book. Like I said, I'm using the short side of the book. I'm going to wind it around 24 times. Okay, 24 times. It doesn't need to be exactly, guys. It's just, I like the number 24. It means a lot to me for some reason. And I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be starting here, holding my thumb here, and then I'm going to be rounding it. So 1, 2, God, I've lost count, 24 times. 1, 2, 5, 6. I keep losing my 7, 8, 9, 10. Goodness me. God's sake. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so I've ended up with 24 pieces of string, well, 48 really now, around my book. Oh my goodness, that was much more, honestly, out of literally a million times that I've done that this week, this was the most awkward time. It's because the strings rolled underneath my chair and it's really annoying me. So 381 people here. Oh my goodness, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Wow. I don't think I've ever even played piano in front of 381 people when I was at university. So thank you. So we've got 24 pieces of string around our book now. I'm just going to be cutting it. Make sure it's the same when you cut it as when you started, if you know what I mean. So you're just cutting it there. And we're also going to cut an extra bit of string too, like half an arm's length. So I'm just going to be doing that. So an extra piece of string. And you've got your string around the book too. Everyone's following along. Okay, thank you so much, Nadia. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to find this little nook in between the pieces of string. Okay, we're going to find a little nook and we're going to put the string inside of it. Okay, and we're going to, so make sure obviously that the loose ends of the string are at the bottom there. We're going to be bringing this string to the top, like that, of the book. Okay, so you put them all through the book and they're at the top. And I'm just going to tie a double knot here. So just a double knot, quite a tight double knot. I'm making sure the string pieces are, hang on, there we go. So on the book here, tying a double knot so they don't all kind of go everywhere. We want to make it all nice. And this is going to be the top of your dolly's head. So it needs to be kind of pulled tight with a double knot. Okay, so, and I'll just look at the comments if you have any questions. When you said you work for yourself, is that on YouTube or do you still teach piano? Oh, I work for myself both on YouTube and when I teach piano. So I teach privately with piano and I also work on YouTube too. So it's like 2 jobs now, which is very interesting. I do have a lot of time also, but I love it. I thrive off it. Of course, my dream is the YouTube. So I'm phasing out teaching. So anyway, now I have pulled this off and I've got this really cute little thing here. Okay. And we've got this bit at the top here. So this is going to be our hanging bit. So like, just like how these fairies go, it's going to be hanging on top. So you don't have to hang your dolly up. Of course you don't. But I'm going to, of course. So I'm going to tie a little double knot, little loopy here, and then cut it off at the top. Hope everyone's following along, okay? Because sometimes I can explain things strangely, even though I'm a piano teacher and a YouTuber that does DIYs. But they're always like planned, you know, scripts when I explain things. So I'm now going to be taking my dollies off. Or like this is like a nursery rhyme, I don't know why, or like a counting device for fairies. And I'm going to be hanging up. So there she is, and it's a little bit like that thing from the Addams Family, or it looks a little bit like a tassel that Charlie might be able to play with like that. And now we're going to be making our dolly's head. Okay, so it's really, really simple to do this. All you need to do is cut another piece of string. Where's my string gone? It rolled under here. Another piece of string. I personally like to, when I tie the knot, I like to have the string join the rest of the dress to at the bottom. So the string will kind of be, you know, a reasonable length like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie. So I'm obviously going to be doing it on here, but it's best sometimes if you, to do your dolly, if you lie her on a table, a flat surface, but we'll see how it works for me doing it like this today. So I'm going to tie the head at the top here. Actually, you know what? It's working out really well. I'm just making a little head, double knot, ta-da, like that. So double knot here. Okay. So you can make her a big head, small head, medium head, whatever head you want. Okay, 466 people. Oh my goodness, my darlings, thank you so much. So right, now we have our dolly's head. What we want to do, so like I said, the rest of the string just joined the rest of the skirt like that. Okay, so this is a skirt, and at the moment, of course, it's not a skirt, it's this weird thing. We need to cut at the bottom here. So just cutting these strings in half. Don't worry about being too neat about this because we're going to be neatening them up later. That's kind of annoying me. So I'm just going to, yeah. So, so now we have an actual proper tassel. Oh my goodness. I think Charlie would absolutely love this. I should put these on my books, like in a bookmark, shouldn't I? Although I have done that once, to be fair. Or like all around the house, I've got this beautiful gold thread. I should do that, shouldn't I? Why didn't I do that? So now we have a kind of strange ghosty figure going on here. We now need to get to the fairy part of this. DIY. And as you can see in my little fairy, my other ones, I love this one. At the back here, what we have are two delicate angel wings, fairy wings, you could call them. One there and one there at the back. So when you turn her over, you can see she's got fairy wings. Probably not the best light right now, but that's what you can see. So that is my development on this Bridget doll since the last Imbolc video. Okay, so what we need to do to achieve that is, right, I've got a little thingy around here. Just a little like one I prepared earlier for you guys. I've pulled 3 strands from either side of the dress and I've plaited them. So I've plaited one here and I've plaited one here too. So 3 strands from each of the dress. I've pulled 3 like that and I've plaited them. I've pulled 3 and I've plaited these ones too. Okay, and I've just literally tied them at the end of the plait and made sure they are the same length, okay, because eventually what you'll be doing eventually is you'll be tucking it in and they'll be looking like your fairy wings. Do you see what I mean? So we will see if you've got any questions about how I explained that. No, we'll get on with the plaiting otherwise. So I've just got, going to pull 3 strands from this side and plait those. And I like to plait them quite tight because it makes them a little bit more pliable, more wing-like. A little bit fiddly on this thing. It's not got the best. Yeah. Never mind. Maybe I can do it from here. And I'll just be plaiting and I'll pick a question to answer because I think that'd be fun. Oh, this is working well. This on this bit here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so are you going to publish your book? So the book that I wrote is quite personal to my bestie friends. And I think what I'll do is I will definitely do an audiobook of it. But I think I'm going to change some things in there because it's quite a personal book. So I wrote the book before I started YouTube, and it was one of my main inspirations. It's called Goddesses of the Forest. It's called Goddesses of the Forest, and it is based in the New Forest, which is a forest in the south of England. And basically, it's this mission of these goddesses that found out on the 28th birthday that they are enchanted goddesses, and they need to basically save the forest. So it's so fun, and I made a map of the New Forest and all the beautiful places within. There's a place we go to called Burley. If anyone knows about Burley, it's such a magical forest. So yes, that is that's that. So yeah, I've just finished doing one of these. It's not massively long, to be fair. And what I do to tie it together is I literally just tie 2 strands of string to 1 strand of string like this. Or you can use an extra piece of string to tie it at the end. It doesn't matter too much. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to pull 3 more strands of string from the other side, like little arms, and I'm going to plait these ones. Okay, so hopefully you're following along. Okay. I've been to Burley. Have you? Oh, amazing. Burley is so magical. Yeah, the New Forest is just a really wonderful place to visit if you ever come to England. It's got wild horses roaming. We went there today actually for a brunch. We love brunch. And we saw some ponies basking in the sun, and it was just really lovely. They're so majestic. And we saw a Shetland pony too. He's so cute. I love Shetland ponies. So yeah, that was a really lovely morning thing, although I was a bit nervous, so I couldn't really experience it how I usually do, but it's okay, guys. So the witchy shops there are really cool, aren't they? I love it. Oh, hi Erin, thank you so much for joining. Planning on doing an Imbolc altar tour. I do have some sort of a altar tour thingy-mabobby going on my Patreon channel at the moment, but I'm not really, I haven't really done it too much for Imbolc this year. I've done it more for my wedding because my wedding next year is on Imbolc, February 1st. And we're using this January to really gather some inspiration for the wedding. I'm so excited, guys. Right, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. So, right, as you can see, I have 2 little braids here. And what I'm going to do, really simple now, I'm going to tie them together. You don't need to be neat about it. Just going to tie them together at the top. You can just tie 2 strings of it together. Personally, that's what I like to do because I think that doesn't matter. You're going to be tying them again. You just want to tie the 2 arms together. And you basically just want to, there we go, really tight. Doesn't matter too much. You can tie a couple of the strings together. It's really not the end of the world if this looks not good, because we're going to be hiding it, of course. There's always a backside to a front side. If that makes any sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just trim these top bits here. Okay, just trim them away. Not massively again, don't worry about being neat. So then these little, it's going to be your little wings eventually. I'm going to be tucking them in. And it's so cute. Oh my God. Okay, that's going to be very, very cute. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving her there for just a second. Okay, and the next step is I'm going to be grabbing my string again. Here it is. It's falling on the floor. And I'm going to be tying this around my book now 14 times. No, 12 times. So I'm going to be using the short side of the book again. Okay, so what we're going to be making in this portion next is the arms that go inside the Bridget dolly like that. So of course we're going to have less string. So I'm going to be wrapping this around 14 times. Okay, to hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so where I began is also where I'm going to end there. So I've got everything nice together and I'm just going to give it a little cut like that. Okay. And now this is going to be a little bit fiddly. Okay. Are the numbers significant? Oh, you know what? I really wish they were significant. People have asked me that before because I've done workshops, but we'll say 14 is very significant. It's just because it works out, my darlings, it works out. Okay, so 14 is, the number, but when it's Valentine's Day. Love, Bridget. That works out, doesn't it? Okay, so what we're going to be doing now, so I've just peeled it off really carefully. I'm keeping the same lengths, okay? And I'm going to be cutting them at the top and at the bottom, like that. So now I've got all of these pieces, okay? Don't worry if they're not the same lengths, okay? Just roughly put them in the same sort of area, okay? And I'm going to be taking 2 pieces of string away from it. And these 2 pieces of string are going to be used to tie each end of this, and you're going to be plaiting it in the middle. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to be trying to do this like this. Okay, so and it's up to you if you want to do a loose braid in the middle or a tight braid. Sometimes a loose braid looks really quite nice with your Bridget doll because you kind of see that cross a little bit more. A cross is quite significant to Bridget because it represents the 4 quarters of the year. It represents protection. So that's something to bear in mind. But also you could plait yours quite tight. You could end up like that. Okay, so it's completely up to you. Every Bridget doll is going to be different on this journey, and every Bridget doll might have a different name. It might not be Bridget. It might be Sandra. It might be, something else. So, okay. And sometimes, if worse comes to worse, I just use my teeth to help me with that. There we go. Perfect. Right, so I'm just going to be plaiting this and then answering a question. You're from the New Forest. Oh, Ivy. You are so lucky. We're not far away from each other then, are we? I'm going to be splitting this into 3 and plaiting it. Okay. Why don't you do a live stream more often? Very good question. Well, actually, I've been afraid to do a live stream. I feel like it's just more of like the overwhelming amount of people you feel like you need to, like, I'm a people pleaser. And it's hard to impress people, or it's difficult. So I just need to bite the bullet, really. But I'm excited. I feel like when I do get nervous, it's a good thing, because it's like I'm building up to something more. I'm taking myself out of my comfort zone. So that is the reason why. I do lives on my Patreon a lot, but I feel like that's just because there's less people and I feel like a little bit less overwhelmed. But yeah, that's really the reason why. But thank you. It is scary. It's scary. And it's bizarre too, because it's like I'm just here in my house. Like, it's like there's a tumbleweed, there's like nothing going on. And then there's like lots of you guys here. So as you can see, it's just a bizarre situation. So, right, I've finished my plait. Okay. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing plait, but obviously that was a bit of a, the conditions I'm working with are a bit interesting here. Oh, I know you guys are so lovely. I know you're not overwhelming. It's just it's a mental block, isn't it, more than anything? Right, and I'm just going to tie the other bit of string around the bottom of the plait here. Okay, so I'm going to just put this down to work with this here. Love your energy. Oh, thank you, Lily. Thank you. You know what? I've always had this energy since I was young, and I just love having fun. What can I say? I just love embracing things. I never lost it. And I'm really happy about that. That's one thing I can say about myself. Like, oh yeah, I just love having fun. Like last night we went to this gig and I was just dancing like a crazy. And you know what? I loved it. I embraced every second of it. No one else was dancing, but I was. Me and my friends, because we all are a bit well, I wouldn't say the word crazy. I would just say we're free. We feel it's kind of liberating, isn't it? Dancing, like not caring. So right now I'm doing the next step. I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. I have just trimmed away the excess of the little arms there. And I can show you with this one too. I'm just trimming it away. So sometimes I'm just like gracefully rounding off the edge of her hands there, because she's a beautiful angel and we don't want her to have scarecrow arms. That's something that you might want for your fairy. No judgment if you want scarecrow arms for your fairy. But let us. Dancing is so fun when I'm alone with my music. You know what? You are so right. Dancing to just like something fun, like Spice Girls, or like something, because I grew up in the 90s, so I love 90s music. Well, also I love like ethereal, like Lord of the Rings music and stuff, but there's nothing like recreating some sort of like music video at home, trying to do the shots like need someone like I never needed love. Yeah, it's just so much fun. Liberating is the word I would call it. So what I've done now, you're seeing orbs in the background, are you? Oh, that's part of my tree. Yeah, lots of orbs going on here in this house. Lots of brownie fairies going on here. So, right, I've got my little angel here, little arms, okay, and I'm going to lift up her skirt, okay, up like that. Okay, don't worry, nothing weird going on here. And I'm going to place her arms in the middle like that. Okay, so this is how you make her arms. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be placing another piece of string, just cutting another piece of string. Again, quite like a long one, so it blends in with her skirt. You don't have to have the skirt. You could have trousers if you want. And I'm just going to tie it around her waist here. Okay, just tie it round. And then the arms will be fixed in place. Hang on. A little bit tricky. There we go. The arms will be fixed in place. Oh, maybe what I can show you in a minute is what I've made out of string within the past couple of days. I'd love working with string, and because I bought so much of it, because I'm doing some workshops too. I've made something in the last couple of days for my new little nephew that was born a week ago. And I hope my sister's not watching this because, well, why would she? She's probably like knee deep in something, changing a nappy or something. But from string, guys, and pom-poms, I made this bear. Can you believe it? It was actually super easy. It was so easy to make this bear. So yeah, I would definitely recommend pom-pom string bears if that's something that, you know, if you've got some leftover string. So what we've got now, you wouldn't believe the measurement. Oh, Patricia, don't worry. I completely get you. It's a bit messy. It's a bit fiddly, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit fiddly. So you can always rewind the video. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like the bear. I've got a blister on my hand because I've been holding the scissors for too long. My hand's just kind of like this the whole time. But it's okay. I'm an auntie now, and I'm just in love. I'm in love, and I feel emotional because everything's going to change for the good. So thank you, my loves. You're so kind. What we're going to do for the next step is, well, we've basically finished her body now, which is so great. We're going to be making her shield, the strength, the symbol of strength on her torso here. Okay, so for this, I'm going to be using a different color. I'm going to be using gold, but you can stick to the same color if you want to. Of course, like it really, really doesn't matter here what you choose. But I'm going to be using gold. One of the reasons why is because gold symbolizes the sun, symbolizes strength, it symbolizes power, and just like the ability to get through, you know, like Imbolc is difficult. It's a difficult time of year, isn't it? Because it's so dark. So we need that strength to pull ourselves through. So I'm going to be cutting, more than I think I need. Okay, so probably like 2 arms lengths like that. See what I'm saying here? So what I'm going to do is, well, let's just see if anyone's got any questions about the dolls first. Oh, well done, Rhonda. You signed a recording contract. That's absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tying this around my dolly's waist. Okay, first. So not the neck, the waist. Okay. So I'm just going to be making a little knot at the back. So I'm going to be knotting always at the back of her. So you can see the front. Just a little, just a double knot. Yeah, a double knot, I think, because it's always safe with a double knot, aren't we, guys? So not long for Enchanted Wedding. You guys, I'm thriving off the wedding. I can't believe. I'm so excited. I've got so many ideas. And I'm going to be wrapping. Okay, I'm going to be using both sides. Okay. Now, you need to work a bit interestingly now. Okay. We are going to be wrapping both of these around here. And I suppose it's easier. You could always just do it with one if you want to, but I was going to be wrapping them around a couple of times. Okay, as you can see here, I'm just wrapping them around her waist, building up this almost, you know, a belt. That's the word I'm going for here. Okay, building up like a belt here. And then I'm going to be going over the top and underneath. Now, do not worry. This is a little bit of an interesting fiddly process to explain. So maybe what I can do is bring this down. Hang on. Just calm your socks. Because I understand. I've tried to explain it once to 30 people and it did not go well. Let's learn 535 people. Okay. Ta-da! Here we go. So this is the back. I've wrapped the string around a couple of times, okay, and we are faced with the back of her. Right, as you can see, I've got these 2 strands. I'm going to cross them over. And I'm going to put them over her shoulders like that. And you can see a lovely cross. So I'm going to flip her over to the front. Okay, and I'm going to cross these again like that. Okay, now put it to the back. The thing is, I've got quite bright, vibrant string. So I understand if you at the moment want to do that process a couple of steps more. But because I have vibrant string, I don't need to do it. So you could fold, do that, and then flip it over. But no, what we're going to do, get the wings. See these lovely little baby wings, angel wings here. And we're going to put them at the back, okay, within the gold. So maybe what I'll do actually, bring you up again. Hello, lovely to see you. So this is the back. Fairy wings, come down. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that gold thread. Why do I feel like a radio presenter? I'm going to wrap that gold thread around the knot of the wings. Okay, so we're going to tie the gold thread to the wings. Now, everybody, have I explained that? It feels like I'm a radio presenter talking into this microphone, even though it is a stick. It feels like I'm just, talking to the enchanted woods. Hello, enchanted woods. Hello. And I'm going to knot this now. Okay, guys, I'm going to knot it. So what I'm doing is essentially folding over the wings and now knotting them. And make sure this knot is not too tight. The reason why is because then suddenly your fairy will look like it's got a busty corset on the other side. Unless, again, that's the vibe you are going for. No judgment. I'll show you the one I did that to. It's quite funny. So yeah, I'm knotting this like 3 times, but not like really, really tight. Okay. So what I'm left with, and what you should be left with, is this absolutely cutie fairy with super sweet little wings. Can you see her wings? Put it on my black shirt like that. What do you think? It's very clear. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, darlings. Thank you for saying I'm doing well. I keep being nervy. So again, I'm loving this because it's falling down into the skirt. So I'm just going to cut it off at the ends too. Okay. So now we have one more step. Okay. Take that away. We have one more step. Oh, thank you. Love that. Oh, thank you, tapping in tarot. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Valerie. What is your secret? You're so pretty. What's your secret? Oh, thank you. That's really kind. I don't know if I have a secret. Just drink lots of water. I don't know. I don't drink lots of water. I don't know what I'm saying. But yes, thank you very much. Right. So the next step is her hair. So as you can see, her hair, there are so many different types of hairstyles that you can get. Okay, this one's a bit more knotted. This is cool. I love this one. You can, like this one. This is the vibe I'm going for in a minute. Okay, just kind of long brown hair like that. Okay, but you can plait her hair. You can have bunches. You can have an updo. You can have short hair, a pixie bob. That could be what I'm going to go for. Actually, I'm going to go for a pixie bob like Aurora. I love Aurora, so I'm going to go for a brown. Okay. Oh, thank you, Autumn. Yeah, the pictures of my enchanted wedding are going to be in a year. Okay. So over a year, but I will definitely share with you guys the process of my enchanted wedding. I'm very excited. So what I've got now, I've got my book again, and I'm going to be wrapping around this brown thread, like I said, to symbolize the earth. I'm going to be wrapping this around 20 times, 20 to symbolize something. And I'll just figure it out in a second. 5, 20. Goodness me. 20 to symbolize the second month, which is February, and 0 degrees, which is what it is outside right now. But I'm sure your country might be in the minus 24. Yeah, Aurora, she's a beautiful singer. Right, so I have wrapped this around 20 times. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is I've also cut another piece of string. Okay, and this, it doesn't matter if it's too long. Personally, I like this piece of string to be quite long because it's a little bit more of a fiddly process. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep this intact. Okay, and we're going to just slide it off the book. Goodness, this is a bit more, did it quite tight. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, and you're going to keep the hole in the middle. Cannot stress that enough. That is very, very important to keep this hole in the middle. And I'm going to place my string through the hole in the middle. Okay, but you are not, and I repeat, you are not going to tie this yet. Okay, the reason why is because you're going to be putting this string, this is going to sound a bit bizarre, a bit Frankenstein. You're going to be putting the string through your fairy's head. Okay, so don't worry, the fairy's not fully alive until the string has been put through the head. So we're not going to be attacking anybody here personally. Your fairy is waiting for essentially her brain. Okay, so but you might have a lovely name already. Of course, you have to remember which way the front was. So I know that the wings are at the back here, okay? And the front here is her head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now pick up this string. Make sure you don't drop this, okay? It's very, very important. And I'm going to place one bit through the center of her head, okay? The center. Now this might be quite fiddly and you might need to like get your scissors in the head to make a little bit more room. Okay, so what I like to do, so let's show you what I do. I put it in the head like that, and then I get the scissors closed. Be careful guys. And I close it, and then as you can see, I have pulled through the piece of string, piece of wool. Okay, so now everything's still intact. Okay, and I want you to try and hang on a minute, this is a bit confusing here. Okay, what have I done? Okay, I've done something weird going on here. Right. Done this a billion times. Right, okay, so the piece of wool, okay, should be kind of loose on the head like that. So I want you to pull that string closer, okay? And then the piece of string that you've put through the head, you're going to tie. Don't worry at this stage if it looks like an absolute mess, okay? So you're just going to tie it extremely tight, like that. And double knot. Double knot, like that. And then if you flip her over, and she'll have a really cute little hairline going on there, okay? So it's absolutely just so simple to do once you get the hang of it. I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to cut the other way. So you remember those strands from the book. Just cut the strands, open the strands up, basically. So for me, that is still the little bit to hang her from. So where's my little hangy thing? There we go. I'm going to put her, hang her up here. And she's my little fairy. And I can give her a haircut. So, of course, you can make these it's quite simple. Of course they are. Oh, hang on a minute. This is the wrong way. These are quite simple to make. And I mean, I guess they're fiddly more than anything, aren't they? But there's so many ways you can go about these. You know, you can make it completely gold. You can make it completely brown. You can make it completely green with loads of different types of green. But they're all really sweet little dolls. And, you know, you can place your intention into them. You can hold it in your hands and just think of the seeds you want to sow for this coming spring. And I think it's so important that we have that light and something pushing us forward in, you know, in winter. So not like I need a reason, guys, because I'm telling you, I'm thriving in winter. thriving in hibernation. So I'm glad you like her hair, guys. I'm going to just give it a little trim here. So not like I actually know what I'm doing. Just going to pretend I'm like a little hairdresser here. Darling. Looking beautiful. And I'm also going to just tidy up the skirt too. But like I said, you can make trousers for your fairy, anything you want. But I'm just giving you obviously the most basic idea because there we go. She's an angel. Oh my gosh. Right, what is her name? What is she? She kind of looks like Fiona from Shrek. Anyone else see that right now? No. I think her name's Anna. I think she's called Anna. Yeah, that's the name that's just come to me. I don't know why. If your name's Anna in the chat, thank you so much, because I must have seen your name and was inspired by it. But there she is. I love her. I've been loving making these. It's just so much fun to craft and so much fun to experiment with crafting, honestly. Like, oh, thank you, Mahilda. Oh, hello, Mahilda. She is a fantastic artist. She created my Alwyn Oak masterpiece that's over my little workspace here. Right, let me just, but yes. Oh yeah, you wanted to give her a haircut like Aurora. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Who am I? Yeah. Who am I, guys? I'm just somebody that just forgets things. What can I say? Life is hectic. Right. So Aurora has these really cute little, what we'll say, does she have like, it's like an undercut is long, isn't it? No, is it the bit that at the front that's long or the underneath part that's long? And then she's got these cute little bob at the back, hasn't she? Hang on. Goodness me, what am I thinking? Right. So, oh, thank you, Beth. No, your name's not Beth, sorry, your name's Rosa. Thank you. I like light-hearted things. What can I say? I just love to be present and in the moment. And I think that's the best way to be. Undercut is shorter underneath. Okay, we got this. Right. I feel like I need some sort of like fairy hair tools. This is definitely gonna turn out wrong, but I hope you guys think that it's good anyway. Okay, let's do this. Do you know what? It's so satisfying hearing the sounds of this too. I don't know if you pick up in my videos, but I love ASMR. My ASMR is one of my favorite things to listen to before bed. Gentle whispering. She's just, I just love her so much. Right, so what have I done? Oh God. Right, so okay, now she's got short at the, listen guys, okay, what I'll do, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to make her a little headband because her hair needs to like fall down in a cute way. And then, right, okay, she needs a headband. She is not going to get through life very easy with her fairy friends with her hair like that. I'm sorry. She needs a headband. Maybe a gold headband. Let's give her that. Okay, so when I was younger, my hair was so, like, my mum called it a mushroom, which I think is quite cute now, but my hair was like this, like really wedge. So yeah, a big wedge. But I used to get bullied and didn't like that. Right, so let me just tie a hairband round. I have my hair is just ridiculously thick. So here's my headband. Now, I think I've actually made a choker by accident. Oh, dear, guys. Why did I say I wanted to make her hair like Aurora? Okay, so here we go. Now, she looks like she has some sort of bob, but we're just going to hang her up there, pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So now I'm going to answer some questions. Why you cut? Yeah, why did I cut it? Good question. I wanted to look like Aurora's haircut. But now she's all right. She's from the 80s. Yeah, absolutely. Make her bold now. Yeah, she might as well be bold. No. Look, she's like quite cute there. Yeah, I like it there. Yes, I've definitely lost the game of Hangman. So, right, let's answer some lovely questions. Thank you so much for helping and inspiring me along the way, guys. I really enjoyed your comments. She's been through things, but that's what makes her special. You know what, Eva? Yes, she's been through a lot, and we love her for that. Every scar has a story, okay? So let's just trim them there. So how long have you been a practicing witch? I would say probably about 6 or 7 years. I think I've probably noticed like nature probably around 12 years ago, which sounds ridiculous, like when you notice nature, but I really when you notice like the autumn leaves. Before that, I was really oblivious. I was just in my own daydream world, just a complete cut off from the world. So when I started noticing the world, it was just really beautiful. So then, yeah, I got into everything, of course, and I was living with my mum at the time, and that was a really magical time. And yeah, probably about 6 years. What's the name of the enchanted wood? What's the name of the enchanted wood? Oh, I feel like, well, it's in the south of England, but I won't share the exact location just purely because, I live there. But I really appreciate you guys asking. So thank you so much. Are you Wiccan? You know what? The funny thing is, I don't think I am really anything. I just don't really want to ever put a label on what I am. I mean, I'm a lot of different things I would call myself. Part Wiccan, part witch, a fairy, an elf. But I'm always just open to explore new things. And yeah, in the past, I suppose I labeled myself as a witch, and it kind of, restricted a couple of things. And then I noticed actually that I wasn't into more of like, inside stuff so much, like sit down and like journal and things like that. I wasn't into that because I, of course, wanted to explore the woods and be in the woods. Like at the moment, I haven't really been in my altar too much, but I find that's really okay because sometimes of the year I do sit at my altar, but sometimes of the year I'm in the woods loads because that's inspiring me. So again, yeah, I'm just being open to what calls me at the time. So yeah, there you go. If that is a very long answer to your question. Can you tell us more about your upcoming workshops? Amazing. Yeah, so I've got a couple of workshops coming up. I do post these on my Instagram page if you're ever interested in them. If you live in England, in like the south of England, and if you know Wickham, it's by Botley. I'm doing a couple of workshops there in my lovely friend's shop. And she's got an apothecary there, and they advertised it on one of my Yule videos. And she said I can do some workshops. So I'm doing a couple for Beltane this year, and I'm doing like a flower meditation and then flower drawing, kind of finding your own flower. But also I'm doing one next Thursday, which is in Salisbury. And again, you can check out my Instagram because I post it on there. And that was actually going to be making these Bridget dolls. So I've got quite the collection of string, I must say. And they're all really, really fun and very like spiritual and very healing. Those sessions are there too, because they're run by a lovely lady called Helen, and she's just amazing. So yeah, I would check out that if I were you, if you live by Salisbury. Right. So have you ever made your own smudge stick? Yes, I have made my own cleansing stick. Yes, I have made one, and I smudge with it, I cleanse with it a lot, and I love doing it. And my partner has a cleansing stick too. So, can you tell me how to face your fears? Because I'm struggling with it. How to face your fears? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can answer that because I don't know how to face my own fears. I think definitely something that really helped me to embrace some of my fears, is just my only piece of advice, is like exposure therapy. It's difficult, extremely difficult to do things like that. I completely get that. But it's something that can really help. So the more your brain is exposed to something, the more it feels comfortable and happy around that thing. And it's just telling your brain, no, this is okay, this is okay. And the more you come away from the emotion of what your brain is trying to tell you, the more your true self will come in and be like, no, actually, this is okay. And there'll be a really beautiful kind of psychological big bang moment that happens. That is just from my personal experience, but of course I know everyone's different. But yes, there you go. I hope that helps a little bit, maybe. Do you watch any other YouTubers? If so, would you ever collab? I did do a collaboration with The Witch's Cookery. I do love The Witch's Cookery, and I watch all her videos. She is just wonderful. Who else do I watch? I like watching Darling Desi's video. I don't really watch too many witchy channels, believe it or not. I really don't. I don't. Apart from my own videos, I love watching my own videos. I'm always in the cozy nook watching my video because I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, what's my routine? What do I need to do here? Gemma Louise Mills, I like watching her. She's not like witchy at all, but I just love watching her. Anybody else? There's so many others, but I just cannot think. There's like random crafting videos. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be more help. The Witch's Cookery, she's good. Is anybody else here? Oh, I'm glad you like her too. Yes, we did a really lovely collab, actually. Goodness me, guys, let's just move this out the way. What music do you listen to? Well, that question's interesting because I listen to probably about every kind of music out there. I started my day listening to like Limp Bizkit in the car on the way to the New Forest. And then I'm listening to like The Hobbit. I wake up every day to The Hobbit, like the Concerning Hobbits theme. Love that so much. And throughout my day, I just have my playlist. I've got some playlists on Spotify if you want some ideas. There's an Enchanted playlist that I love listening to, which has just got everything. Tavern music, tavern core, heavy metal, rock, orchestral music, especially love orchestral music, the Love Actually soundtrack, the Holiday soundtrack, spiritual music, music that's just drums, boom, 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 boom. And I just love, I'm very open to exploring new types of music because I am a musician. Do you listen to metal? Yeah, I love listening to metal. I mean, not all the time. I feel like I need to be in a certain mood. One of my favorite bands growing up was Avenged Sevenfold, and I've seen them like 5 times. And I really love their new album. I think it's such a musical masterpiece, if I'm honest. Do I listen to Melanie Martinez? No, I don't actually. Oh, I'll tell you who I do listen to, The Celtic Woman. There is a beautiful song by The Celtic Woman called Green the Whole Year Round. And I recommend anybody to listen to that song because it's got such a beautiful chord progression. It's just so heart-provoking and meaningful. Oh, thank you guys. What's your favorite musical instrument? Well, I play the piano. I love the piano. That is definitely 1,000,000,000% my favorite musical instrument. I also do love the harp. I love strings. I love like Celtic instruments too. I love a wooden flute, a pan flute. Yeah. That's those. Do you like the Celtic Women? Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm glad somebody knows. Do you like Enya's music? Yes, I do. I do listen to her a lot. She's in a lot of my playlists. Have you considered selling sheet music for your own musical competitions? Wow. Oh my goodness. You would like to play my compositions? Oh my goodness, that is absolutely, that is so sweet of you. I haven't, do you know what, the way I write music, so I can read music, I can sight read well, but I write music in a way that's more interesting. I record myself playing because I find that I just come up with these ideas willy-nilly, and sometimes they just come to me. And I kind of like, I'm in a meditative state when I write a piece of music, and I love doing that. And I listen back to the recording. I'm like, oh, that's a nice idea. That's a nice idea. So then I'll play that idea again and I'll record it again. And then more ideas will flow. And eventually what's created are these beautiful pieces. And of course, I need to get better at releasing them. But so difficult to find time. But there's always a new piece in every single Alwyn Oak video. And on my phone, I have a mass of voice notes. And I mean, I think I'm on like voice note number like 930 or something ridiculous like that. So there's so many that I need to go through and find the good stuff in there. But yes, it is a magical process and how I write my music. And yeah, I'm glad you want to listen to it. So, have you ever heard fairy bells in your ear? You know what? The other day, I was out in the woods and I was trying to listen to fairy chirps. I didn't hear fairy bells, but I heard something, and it was just like this kind of weird frequency, just like lifted me up here. And I was like, is that the fairies? So, I don't know. But yes, of course, I believe. What is the castle in the background? That's my Harry Potter castle that I made. It was my brother's, but he didn't make it. I bought it for him for Christmas last year. He didn't make it, guys. So, of course, when I found it, I was like, how dare you not make this? So I brought it back and made it myself. Oh, you made it. Oh, I'm glad you made a fairy garden. I love making a fairy garden. Of course I'll watch the edit you made of me. Just send me a link, my darling, and I'll watch it. I'd love to see that. Thank you. Can you please show us how to make the cutest bears? You know what? I made this bear on it was from a video online. If you type in bear pom pom, then it will come up. Actually, I only made the head first, and then I was like, well, how do I make the body? And then I kind of improvised with the body. But yeah, I would love to show you how to make one of these things. To be honest, I was thinking about making a green one to honor my inner child, because I used to have at my altar this really cute little like inner child, kind of like an altar within my altar. At the moment, I've just got my picture there of me as a child in my little ballerina outfit, but I want more. So I might make a little green bear. So, do you believe in ghosts? I do believe in ghosts. I have a strong belief in ghosts. And my spirit guides know that I do not want to see ghosts, but I do believe in them. Okay. My partner does see ghosts. So, yes. And I feel their energy. I also wanted to just point out that when I was making this bear the other day, I rested it down on the floor and then I looked down at it and there was a white feather on it. And I believe that was my grandma's spirit communicating with me about the new baby in our family. And it was just beautiful. And I just was crying and called my mom and she was crying. Everyone was crying, guys. Is it scary to live there alone? I don't live here alone. I live here with my fiance, Ben, and my catty, Charlie. And we have a lovely life here. We don't live in the woods. We live, our house is a terrace house on the edge of the woods. We love it so much. It's just a magical journey of how we got here in the first place. So I'm really, very, very grateful. Do you have any witchy book recommendations? And do you know a spell against anxiety? I would say I don't know a spell against anxiety. Well, I could come up with one, but I would basically say, to help yourself against anxiety, it's almost like what you need to do is build up some courage in your mind almost. So I like to think about the chakras when I work with my anxiety, and I like to feel where it is in my body. So a lot of the time it's in my stomach. So what I like to do is a couple of things. One, I like to do pendulation, which basically means you're drawing attention to your stomach and breathing in a couple of times, really feeling that energy, and then drawing attention to a part in you that doesn't feel bad at all. So like your heart, and you're going back and forth. You draw attention to there, draw attention to here, and then suddenly you kind of almost feel released of this energy. Another way of what you can do is I'm a very strong believer in just building up an affirmation, really just believing in affirmation and really just saying it over and over and over again. You'll feel that you're rising almost in your brain against something, or keeping yourself busy. Massive believer of that. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit maybe. Oh, thank you for the link, my darling. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Is Charlie close to you? I'd love to see him. Charlie, where are you? Where is he? You know what? I actually don't know where he is. Do you want me to see if I can find him? He's not there. He's actually, yeah, he's outside a lot, actually, the last couple of days. I feel like I don't know, I feel like he had a bit of a funny belly and I was really upset, actually, but he's doing a lot better now. So I don't like to post when Charlie's not feeling too good. But he's like, you know what? I thought he was 13. No, I thought he was 14, but turns out he's 13 this year. I feel so bad because last year I celebrated his 14th birthday, but he was 12. No, he was 13. No. Yeah, he was 13 and I thought he was 14. What am I like? I'm such a bad cat mum. I feel really sad. What Sabbath is your favorite? Well, I love all the Sabbaths. I love them all. I appreciate all of their energy so much when it comes around to it. But undeniably, my favorite Sabbath is Imbolc. And as an extremely close second, my second is Beltane. Yes. There you go. Charlie won't mind. So yeah, there you go. A calming tea. Yes, I would definitely recommend a calming tea for anxiety too, like hemp or chamomile, a mixture of chamomile and lotus flower. It'll be really nice too. Sometimes a blend is really nice. Oh, I'm glad Imbolc is your favorite too. It's just beautiful. 5 cats. Oh my goodness. Do you sing? I do sing. I mean, I would like to sing more. I don't know particularly how to sing, but I do have like kind of a low voice, I would say. And yeah, I'm often just like la. I wouldn't say my voice is like terrible, but it's not like the best either. But I need some lessons, I think. You know, I felt like Imbolc is your favourite, and then Beltane me too. Oh, really? I love Imbolc because I just thrive in winter, and I thrive on the hope and the snowdrops and the snowdrop fairies and everything in the woods this time of year. I feel like I've just got a beautiful memory from February anyway, because it's my B-day. I'm Aquarius. Anyone Aquarius out here, guys? If not, let me know what sign you are. But yeah, I thrive on the time of year that I'm born, and I think that you probably feel the same sort of energy when, you know, near your birthday too, because you have great memories from there. You're Gemini. Pisces loves it. Yes, Aquarius. In Ria, oh gosh, everything's going too fast. I can't read it. Mom's birthday's in February. Love February. Capricorn. My partner's Capricorn, Aquarius and Capricorn. He's got a lot of earth energy. I've got a lot of air energy. So we're very much like, which goddess resonates with you the most? Bridget. Absolutely, Bridget. I love her. I love her so much. I love the green. I feel like one of the reasons why I love this color palette of mine, my like aesthetic, is this green and brown and gold because of this time of year. And I've tried so hard recently to open myself up to new colors, and it's just not happening. Like I said earlier to you guys, I don't really like pink. So even when I find like rose quartz, I always talk about being really open to things. And one of the things that I'm not very good at being open with is new colors. I don't know. It's just kind of like a weird obsessive thing that I've had since I've been young. But I found this beautiful stone. It's called hematoid quartz, and it's such a beautiful energy. And I found it in the crystal shop. And I love the color because it's like this peachy undertone. And this is a color I can get on board with, guys. So yes, so beautiful. What can I say? I just feel so much love when I hold this crystal, and I just feel it like radiating into the universe above. So right, there's that. A couple more. Maybe I'll go to 20 past because I'm just feeling the vibes. I'm loving it. I'm meant to be seeing the baby tonight, but it can wait. You guys are important. Is your YouTube name inspired by Arwen from Lord of the Rings? You would think it would be inspired by Arwen from Lord of the Rings. It's actually inspired by my great-grandmother's child called, what's my name again? Alwyn. It's not my real name. But my great grandmother's child was called Alwyn, and unfortunately, she didn't make it past like 2 years. So I have always just like seen this name and heard it around. And I've just been so inspired by the name. And when I was naming trees, so the first tree I ever named was in my mum's back garden when I was living at her house, and it was an oak tree. And what do you think I called the oak tree, darlings? I named it Alwyn Oak. And it's just a really beautiful oak tree, and it's really special to me. And actually, it's also a tree that's linked to my book that I wrote that I was telling you about earlier, if you were there then. So that is a beautiful just a part of my life that I was really inspired by them, because it's the first thing I ever named, part of my book that inspired me to create this whole universe, and just inspired me to be more me and more free. So there you go. I'm answering this question extremely long, so maybe I'll just like oh, my cape is so pretty, thank you. It's actually a scarf that I've held together with a brooch. But you know, sometimes the best things are handmade, aren't they? Do you like Doctor Who? Not really. The reason why is because my dad used to make us watch it growing up, and I like the one with the Christopher Eccles. Is it Christopher Eccles? And that with Billy Piper too. And that's what I remember watching. And there was those weird, was it angels? Oh no, there was that gas mask, and he was like, "Are you my mummy?" I was terrified then. I was quite young. Elwyn means elf friend, yes, and it means magical elf. I know, and I didn't even know that until like a couple of months ago when I was looking up the meaning of it, and I was like, it was yeah, there's no words to describe that moment. Can you believe it? It's just so amazing. Do you like use mushrooms? I don't. I mean, I take like supplements of certain mushrooms. What are they called? Ones that help you with, I'll come to me in a minute. Lion's mane. I take lion's mane because they're really good for dissociation. So yeah, that is just, can't live without that. Really struggle with dissociation. I like green as well, but dark green and sage. Oh yeah, I love those colors too, those greens. Do you ever find like different months you're inspired by different greens? The moment I'm really inspired by like this like rich, this, I wouldn't say this is rich, this more yellowy undertone green, and then sometimes inspired by more of a blue undertone green. So yeah, I'm very specific. Do you play video games? At the moment, I'm not really playing many video games, but I really do want to install World of Warcraft again. The reason why is because every winter I always feel so nostalgic. And when I was like, I guess 15, I played on World of Warcraft and I got to level 20. And every year I recreate it. And there's just nostalgia, and I always go to level 20, Warlock Human. I'm always the same. And her name was Hoganimi. So if you ever see like random like Hoganimi come up when you type in Alwyn Oak, which some of you might have done, the reason why is because my YouTube channel used to be called Hoganimi. That was my name back in the day. That was my that was my nickname. What's your favorite witch movie? Oh, I love The Village. I love The Village. I love Practical Magic. Which movie? I love The Craft. Just the usual ones, guys. What can I say? I mean, would you say The Village is a witch movie? I don't know. Just call it a magical movie. But I love that one. My fave. My fave. Oh, you live by the mountains. Oh, I really wish I lived by the mountains. Oh my goodness. How do you incorporate magic into your everyday? Well, I think sometimes it's just knowing that it's part of your personality is enough, because sometimes, you know, it's difficult, isn't it, to incorporate magic into your everyday? It really, really is. For me, looking out my window at the birds is magic. Looking out at the trees, looking at seeing the squirrels. And for that, that's a me time. That's some time. That's something that I enjoy personally. I don't do elaborate rituals very often. And it's something that, yeah, I've really beat myself up about in the past too, not being a person who practices or does these massive elaborate spells. But then I realized that's not actually me. I just like to do mundane things like mixing a brew. If I've got a headache, I think, right, what do I need to calm myself down now? I need some chamomile tea. I need some hemp together, mix it together, do a little pouring some love into the tea. There's nothing like that. I absolutely love it. And just surrounding myself with things that I love. And in my new video, what I mentioned massively was placing things around you so you know you're going to grab them. Placing my singing bowl. So when I sit down in my cozy nook, which is behind me, I will see it there and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll use this here. Placing books next to me. So I use those books more often. So I just see them in my eye line. And I'm such a culprit of just putting things all away. But the more I see, the more I do. So that's my tip for you, my darling. Do you believe in aliens? I don't know. Aliens really scare me, especially because I live on the edge of the wood. I don't know. I feel it's one thing that I can lose sleep over because you feel like they're, yeah. Me and my friend watched me and a couple of my friends, we watched this film when we were younger. Oh my goodness, what's it called? Earthkind, something like that. And it's about these owls when you wake up at 3:33 and you just see this owl. Does anyone remember what that name of that film was? But that scarred me for a long time. That and The Ring. Oh my God. Let's not talk about The Ring, guys. But yes, I'm interested in what new crystals you have since your crystal video. Oh, that's really sweet of you. I have a lot. I mean, guys, I have a spending problem when it comes to crystals because every time I go into the crystal shop, I really want to give them business because I don't want them to. Oh, I just saw like a weird orb. Did you see that too? I just yeah, so this is one of my new crystals. I just mentioned it a minute ago, hematoid quartz. And I'll show you another one here. This is selenite, my selenite globe. I really wanted a globe just because I just love how the energy radiates out like that. So I put that here in front and I've got a little stand for that now too. Just pure and divine, basically. The fourth kind. Thanks, guys. The fourth kind. That was the film I was talking about. Yeah, it was a bit scary. Right, so I will answer one more question and then I will have to be off because I'm seeing a little boy and I'm very excited. Right, what have we got going on here? How do you be yourself and not care what anyone else thinks? Oh my gosh, it's really difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. How do I be myself and not care what anybody else thinks? I think there's a couple of things I do. I was talking about this actually last night, and I was giving somebody else advice. And it was almost just like, I asked myself a couple of questions. You know, if these people see you dressed as you want to be, what's going to be going through their mind? Sometimes a couple of things. One thing, it might be, oh my God, what's that girl wearing? Why is she dressed like that? But it's because that person, if they have that thought, they are not open. They are restricting themselves and it's just a reflection of themselves. Another thought would be, oh my God, that girl or boy or man or lady, sorry, they look amazing. They've inspired me. And I think that is the one that we should stick with. Us being ourselves is everyone's invitation to be themselves too. And they will then think, oh my God, that person, I saw them wearing that cape. I feel so inspired. I now want to wear a cape. And they'll be, they might tell people, or they might not even care. They might just be like, oh, cool. And never think about it ever again. And I think when you think about it like that, because that's what the fear probably is, when you think about it from someone else's perspective, it becomes a little bit less scary then. But then also it's just like building yourself up and thinking, what is the worst that could happen? Usually nothing. So yeah, but I get it. I'm self-conscious too. And it's one of those things that once you do get to I'm nearly 32 now, I feel a lot more self-assured and a lot more confident in to be who I am. And just because I push myself sometimes, that's hard too. It's just life is hard, guys. That's what you should take from this video. But, you know, just take it a day at a time, step by step. Right. So that is my lovely video. That is my Imbolc dolly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my goodness. I have loved this. And of course I will do some more lives. Maybe I'll do one every 3 months or so. So it's nice actually in a way, because it takes the pressure off me thinking, oh, I've got to be filming something else. And it's nice because here I am. I'm just here in the moment. So thank you. And thank you so much for, oh, thank you for your kind wishes. Sorry, just seeing that in the corner of my eye. Thank you so much for subscribing. Like, oh my goodness, I have this amazing YouTube plaque in front of me now, and I'm just super grateful. And every time I look at it, I'm like, is that mine? Like, I'm just me. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, well. So yeah. But my videos, I'm a little bit more like, you know, proper. I need to be more confident. But again, you know, it's one of those things. Take it day by day, and I'm getting a lot more confident now. Oh, I'll give Charlie a boop from you. Of course I will. He'll love a little boop. I love him. So thank you so much, darlings. I'm looking forward to seeing you again very soon in another live and in another video. And have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. You're lovely. Thank you so much. All my love, Alwyn. See you soon.